An expat-driven housing boom. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian.heise here, and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee, because we don't need to worry anymore. Remember how in video after video I was talking about, well, the decline in migration. People are saying it's going to have an impact on property. Or the decline in international tourism. That's going to mean more Airbnb apartments will flood the market, have an effect on property. Or the fact that international student numbers are down significantly, which is going to have an effect on property. We don't need to worry about that now. Because, thanks to this article originally from the Daily Telegraph and now from realestate.com.au, we're going to have an expat housing boom. They're going to drive housing up. Now, what is the Australian expat or diaspora? What is it? How do you say diaspora? Diaspora? The foreigners, the Australians living overseas. It's about 310,000. The yearly population growth due to immigration is about 240,000. So you're talking about 1 1/3 years equivalent population growth if every single expat Australian living overseas came back, and if they didn't already have a house and they came back and helped fuel the property market. But don't worry, why am I worried? Because they're going to pay above, because expats, they will only be allowed back in the country, I'm assuming, if they agree to pay above reserve at an auction and be featured on a real estate or domain newspaper article. That gets you that flight right away. So let's have a look. Australians returning home due to the pandemic could lead to extremely high housing demand. You realize we have a huge oversupply of apartments in a lot of Australia. That doesn't matter, you know. Oh, my figures are outdated. It's actually 389,000, slightly higher. A wave of Australians returning home to COVID-19 is contributing to growing property prices. With DFAT figures showing 389,000 Australians have returned home since March, many industry figures believe the demand for property from expats combined with a shortage of stock across the state, could lead to extremely high housing demand and price growth. Well, that's because people haven't been forced to sell because we have all these interventions in the market. We've got JobKeeper. You've got mortgage holidays. You've got trading while insolvent. Many agents across Sydney are already seeing a willingness from expats to pay premium prices for the little stock available. Max Wall's international agent Anthony Walls, who specializes in the expat market, said he has noticed expats outpricing locals for many properties, including one who paid 20% above the asking price due to the weaker Australian dollar. Well, let's have a look right now. I think that what would you consider a weaker Australian dollar, everyone? We'll jump over here. What are we sitting at now? We're at 73 US cents, so it's not that weak anymore. What do they consider weak? You know, maybe it was back here when it was 70 cents. Or maybe back when it was at 57 cents. I wonder. I'm sure they'll clarify that in this article later. I'm certain of it. I'm certain. They don't see it as paying a premium because they're taking advantage of the weak Aussie dollar, he said. Mr. Walls believes returning Australians are contributing to growing house prices because they're aggressively competing for properties, which is leading to some big sales. Buyer's agent Michelle May, who has helped many expats since March, March, around this time here, there you go. Yeah, nah, the dollar ain't that weak anymore. Are they going to mention that? To secure a property for their return. They're happy to spend more and dig deeper because of the lower exchange rates, if it means they can secure a property. How old is this article? It's today. I thought it was today. What's going on here? Let's go back to 5 years. Maybe they're just comparing it to when the dollar was over 80 cents. Okay, so yeah, it's a little bit less from last year, but you know we were around a bit higher than it's not. Okay, what do you think? Let's go 10 years. 10 years. I'm sure. There we go. It's everyone who earned their money In the what? No, we'll have to see. We'll have to see. You know. Demand for New South Wales property has seen overseas search activity grow. Oh, search activity, yes. We haven't heard that for a while. It's been a few articles we've read where it hasn't been talk about search activity. You know, the lifeblood of Australian property and growth. Our whole economy. Forget GDP. You know, forget that. Forget the unemployment rate. It's search figures. Search figures is all that matters. I mean, come on. Oh, I'm having a good day today. Demand for New South Wales properties has seen overseas search activity grow on realestate.com.au by 5.25% year on year. How many of those are bots harvesting the data from realestate.com.au to, you know, offshore to other sites? Or how many of it is from researchers who don't believe a word of what you're saying, who are data mining it? You know? New South Wales is the second most searched state with a 26% share, behind Queensland with 28%. Oh, go Queensland! Yep. It's because we won the state of origin. That's why people want to live in a state full of winners, everyone. And I'm going to have a shot of my drink. It's a sad truth. It's a fact. The surge is being driven by house hunters in the United States, up 32% in the past 12 months. United Kingdom, Hong Kong, New Zealand, and Singapore. Well, I'm not surprised people want to get out of the United States. It's just a mess. They were partly attracted to the CBD, Byron Bay, Manly, Bondi Beach, and Mossman. Realestate.com.au chief economist Nerida Conisby said there are plenty of expats looking to buy based off of internet traffic. Internet traffic, of course. While we don't know exactly, or we don't know who exactly is looking, we're seeing increase in property searches from every country apart from China, she said. Well, it could be. Is that where the VPNs people are using in China are routing through, perhaps? Byron Bay is the most desired spot at the moment for US-based buyers and has been growing in popularity thanks to high-profile residents such as Chris Hemsworth and Elsa Pataky. Should I know who the chick is? He's a movie star, isn't he? Foreign property investors are only permitted to purchase new properties and cannot buy established housing. Managing Director of Property Group, Patrick Leo, James Nehill, said he has been shocked by the volume of expats returning home, which he believes will result in the population growing, despite the borders being shut to non-Australians. Many are finding that it is not about the fancy job or the big overseas salary anymore, he said. We know of many more Aussies wanting to relocate home as soon as physically possible, seeking to flee countries that are home to escalating health or political risks. Abu Dhabi-based expats Veronica and Kyle Lacono enlisted Miss May to help them purchase a Gladsville at auction ahead of their return to Sydney. Miss Lacono said, like many other expats, the pandemic saw them rethinking their life abroad and made them want to move back home. The pandemic saw us moving forward with our plans to purchase a home in Sydney and crystallized the need to get this deal done, she said. So there we have it, everyone. Expats are going to save Australian property. What do you think? Do you think it will be enough to make a statistical difference? Perhaps for 1 year. And then what will happen next year? What do you reckon? I can't imagine the expat population would be evenly distributed across the entire demographic of the income spectrum. At least you would hope not. If people are working overseas. Perhaps some surely would, but we'll have to see. So what do you think, everyone? Do you think they're going to save the housing market? Will there be a housing bubble fueled by Aussie expats returning home? Do you think they'll make up for the decline in migration, the decline in international students, the flood of Airbnbs because tourism is down the toilet? You tell me. And will it all... How can we even discuss this with all these mechanisms as well in the market? I'm sure, you know, when the expats all dry up, when they all arrive home in a year's time, when JobKeeper disappears, when the job seeker bonus disappears, when trading while insolvent is gone, while the bank's moratorium on repossessions or mortgage holidays is over, when well, not really a moratorium, but the promise not to repossess is over, while the moratorium on rental evictions are over, all of that's over. Well, the government's probably going to find something else to kick the can down the road, and we'll be discussing something else there. They're not gonna. They're chucking everything they can at property, and the agents are trying to find everything they can to justify prices going up. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you're a fan and want to support the content I create here, there are a few ways you can. You can join the channel on YouTube or Patreon. You can support us using our affiliate links at Amazon, eBay, Independent Reserve, or Kucoin. You can buy merch from HeiseSays, use Gold Pass from the Perth Mint, or support us via PayPal. Take care, everyone. Have a great day, and I will see you all in the next episode.